Hiya everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back explorers to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here or are a repeat visitor, you're welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with all that said, good morning everyone. Now, on my channel, more specifically during my vlogs, I have talked about things that are kind of serious, and I've talked about games. I've even talked about animes. And once or twice, I talked about movies. So, seeing as I recently talked about a lot of upcoming series that I'm doing or redoing for games, I figured we'd take a step back and maybe talk about a movie I recently watched. Now, I've seen reviews for this movie that I'm talking about, and one of the most killing reviews that I have seen that indicates that this person has the trilogy mindset. Not every movie has to be a trilogy. With a trilogy mindset, you'll neglect and you'll miss out on the movies that are actually meant to be standalone. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. You want the build-up or the character development, you'll get that throughout the movie. Through the backstories. Now, the movie I'm talking about is Mortal Engines. Now, I have never ever played the game Fallout, but I do know a little bit about its lore. One of the things that Fallout starts with is the fact that there was a 60-minute war. And, yeah, almost all of humanity was brought to extinction because of that. Now, Mortal Engines basically says the same thing. All it took was 60 minutes for human civilization to come near extinction. And with that is the rise of the predator cities. You know, the mobile cities, the ones on wheels that tend to be a nuisance throughout the film. Oh, wow. There are so many things. But the first thing I need to point out is with that prologue, at the very beginning of the film, I think that tells you all you need to know in order to jump hundreds of years into the future where this movie is taking place. They talk about us, the ancients, who had such horrifying weapons, and how, yeah, they talked about how stupid we were because we had nuclear power and such devastating weapons. Yeah. Of course, if you're one who likes to read, the blurb on the back of the video if you're renting it. I recommend you do that. The cover may look great, but the description kinda tells you whether it's something up your alley or not. But either way, I felt that yes, it does have Fallout vibes because of the whole 60-minute war thing. Now, that's where that game's lore and this movie go their separate ways. But at its core, this particular movie is more of a sci-fi mystery where you know who the bad guy is throughout the film. It's you have the answer, but throughout the movie you're finding the questions that need to be asked. Why is this bad guy murdering everyone in his path, getting them out of his way? Oh, there is a bit of a blink and you'll miss it instance towards the end. So you'll understand why one of the main characters has such huge resentment and hatred for the main villain. And there, you'd think she'd have daddy issues because a robotic zombie kind of raised her. Yeah, that's a whole different can of worms to open up. So I'm thinking that I should probably rewatch the film to better find out a little bit more about it. It's like Mortal Engines is not one of those movies where you can one and done it. You need to watch it multiple times to catch certain things that you may have missed. Mobile cities. Check. Predator cities. You know, the huge cities that run down other cities and basically eat them. And what they do is eating city's citizens. Oh, by the way, welcome to our city. You're our residents now. That is one of those weird things. Oh, and for those of you who are looking for slavery, or is it slavery? Or is it cannibalism? I don't know. There's a little bit of that too in this film. So, oh, before I forget to mention it, this movie is actually based on a book. So, do yourselves a favor. If you're finding the movie lacking, like maybe you feel like, oh, they didn't do such a good job with this, or they didn't do a good job with that, or the guy with the trilogy mentality. Read the book. And yes, I know I need to be reading books again, but I kind of lost patience with books. So, in what I'm going to do is actually play some visual novels to get my patience back. And here's the thing about visual novels. Yes, they are a game, but in that kind of game, you are required to read them. You need to read what the visual novel is telling you and make your choice dependent on that. But either way, I really, really enjoyed the movie Mortal Engines. And I hope that I didn't give you any spoilers in case you do watch it. But just be aware, if you watch it, you'll probably want to rewatch it. And, of course, there's this. If you happen to come across a rental of the same movie that has the special features, I suggest you watch the special features after you watch the movie. Either way, I think I talked your ears off long enough, so I'm going to end this episode here and leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Amena, signing out.